You!
Me?
You think this is funny?
In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby... Oh my goodness!
The Game Awards, our yearly little mini E3 set to award the developers and the creators of these wonderful video games throughout the year. However, in recent times, it doesn't really feel like it's about the creators anymore. You know, I mean, when the winners of these awards are rushed off stage so they can push another trailer and another trailer and another trailer. I mean, when what happened when Christopher Judge took the stage, the voice of Kratos, I think Geoff just wants to get rid of everybody. Just get off the fucking stage. Come on, we gotta push a trailer. GTA 6 is coming out. Come on, we gotta push that shit right now. Let's go. It just feels like it's more mainstream, which is fine and everything, but it just feels like they're not giving enough love to the people behind these video games that they do deserve, you know? They really do deserve it. It's just now all about pushing game trailers and the next big thing. Fuck the developers. I mean, last year, you know, some pretty important awards were just kind of cast off to the side and, you know, just giving a little, oh, here are the nominees and the winner is, there you go, congratulations, woohoo, moving on. You know, like best score in music. Last year, Final Fantasy 16 won. Fucking, what's his name? Soken, dude. The composer of Creative Business Unit 3, behind, you know, Final Fantasy 14's amazing music. He won the Game Award for best music last year in Final Fantasy 16. And what did he get? Oh, congratulations. Good job. I mean, he probably couldn't have been there, but it would have been something nice. But anyway, I'm getting carried away here. So these year's Game Awards, they happen on the 12th of December. And I just wanted to talk about the nominees and give my thoughts because I have a few choice words for Mr. Keighley, Mr. Geoff Keighley, inventor of the Summer Games Fest, supposed gamer for gamers by gamers. I just want to talk, all right? I just want to talk. And here we have it, the Game Awards, the nominees. Vote now or review this year's nominees and find out the winners live on December the 12th. Well, let's look at the nominees. View all categories. You got the Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Art Direction, Score, Audio, Performance, Innovation and Accessibility, Games for Impacts, Best Ongoing, Community Support, Independent, Debut, Independent Game, Best Mobile Game, VR, AR, Action Game, and then Action Adventure. Okay. Best RPG, Best Fighting, Best Family, Best Sim Strategy, Best Sport and Racing, Best Multiplayer, Best Adaptation, Most Anticipated Game, Content Creator, Esports, whatever. So I want to do this from here, from the esports, and work our way up to the final destination over here. Oh boy. Alright, best esports team, recognizing a specific esports team. Oh, not the organization, whatever. I don't know any of these guys. Billy Gaming? The website has a whole gaming thing? And of course for League of Legends. Whatever, who cares? I don't. Best esports athlete. 33? Your name's 33? Okay. And I don't even know how to pronounce that. Anyway, next. Esports game. Okay, so I don't know anything about esports. I don't know what's the hype. I don't even know what competitions or anything are going on. But it's either gonna be probably Counter-Strike or Dota. I think Dota always wins, I think. Or League. But it's probably gonna be these three. Maybe Valorant, I don't know. Anyway, next. Content Creator of the Year. Now, I have no idea who these three guys are. Wait, no, I know who Typical Gamer is. But the thing that stands out the most is Queso.
Bro, your name is Kevin!
This fucking picture outside a Waffle House. And Usada Picora. It's me, Picora! Interesting. Now, listen, I love Queso. He's a funny guy, right? His stream always shits on him just for being fat. I mean, he's got that one joke, but it always lands. It always lands. But I would really, really, really like for Usada Picora to win. I would really want Picora to win. Just because it would make so many people mad. And I think it would be really fucking funny that a Hololive VTuber wins. And I mean, she streams a lot, right? She streams a lot. She plays a lot of games. 20,000 to like 10,000 to 20,000 viewers concurrently in all her streams. I mean, if I knew Japanese, perhaps I'd be entertained. I just watched the clips. That's it. But she's got a lot of pull. She's got a lot of pull. I would really, really want Picora to win. Nothing against Queso. He's a funny guy, right? But I just would really want Picora to win. It'd be fucking funny. My vote would be for Picora. It's because it'd be funny. I don't know who Techno Gamer is. And Elo Juan. I don't know who these two are. Typical gamers. Heard his name, but I don't remember. Most anticipated game. Is there even competition? Is this even a competition? It's gonna be GTA 6, no doubt about it. I love Wilds. I can't wait for Wilds in February, right? I cannot wait for it. Or Prime 4, right? This thing was announced when? I don't know how many years ago, and we barely got it like a gameplay trailer this year. Ghost of Yote was recently announced. I mean, I'm excited for it, but I'm not like GTA 6 levels of excited, right? And then Death Stranding 2. I completely forgot Death Stranding 2 was coming out. I thought the game came out already. I think this is just here just so Geoff can have a little best friend bonding experience with Mr. Kojima, right? But most anticipated game, my most anticipated game, I'm pretty sure everybody's most anticipated game for years, for a decade now, is GTA 6. It's gonna win this. And maybe we'll get a trailer in the Game Awards. Who knows? I hope we do, because we haven't gotten something since the first trailer. Please. Next. Best adaptation. I didn't watch Tomb Raider. I didn't watch this live action Like a Dragon. I did watch Knuckles. I did watch Fallout. And I have not watched Arcane. I would want Fallout to win, because this was a pretty like faithful adaptation, right? It was good. It was pretty good. I mean, the main actor, I don't know what her name is. I forget her name, but she killed it. She killed the role. The guru as well. Right? Knuckles was fine, but in terms of like how much I liked it, Fallout has to win. And from what I've heard, Arcane is also really good. Season 2 came out recently, I think, and I don't know if that's as good as Season 1. I've never watched Arcane. I know it's about, Jinx and fucking League of Legends and all that shit. It's got a following. It's got a huge following, but I don't know. Maybe it'll win adaptation, right? It's huge, especially with Season 2 now fresh on people's minds. It'll probably win. Fallout 4 was a couple months ago. It's fallen off of people's minds. So maybe they won't remember. And then Knuckles, I don't know how many people watched it. Or these two as well. It's probably going to be Arcane. More than likely it's going to be Arcane. What won last year? I think last year Cyberpunk won, right? I think Cyberpunk won last year. It's probably going to be Arcane again. Or Fallout. I would want Fallout to win. Next. Best multiplayer. Okay, so we have Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8,
like Tekken
8, and Warhammer Space Marine. Now, I have not gotten a Call of Duty since, I think the last one I bought was 2019. That's the last Call of Duty, the first reboot of Modern Warfare. That's the last Call of Duty I bought and played. I haven't played any ones after that, just because I just didn't scratch my itch. I played the beta, and I really didn't feel like fucking playing it. Best multiplayer, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say it's great. I've heard a lot more people say shit and SSBM. Ooh, excuse me, and all that other bullshit. So I don't think it's gonna be this. I'll be surprised. I'll be incredibly surprised if it's Black Ops 6. Helldivers 2, I think it has to win, right? It's had its ups, it's had its downs, it's had its very, very low downs with the nerfs of everything, right? The nerf apocalypse. But then they buffed everything back up recently, and the game's fun, right? The game's super fun. Of course, it doesn't have the 100,000 concurrent players it had on Steam before. It's around like 30 or 40,000, which is still a lot, right? It's not a dead game. People are still playing it. But when the game came out, that experience, like, I've never had before in a video game. Just jumping in, even in like level 3, right? I was already getting my ass beat because I've never played a game like that before. I've played horde games, Left 4 Dead, World War Z, all those other games, but they don't pair in comparison to how you feel. This feels like a fucking movie. It feels like you're playing a movie. When the game first came out, you had your friends playing, it felt like a fucking movie, right? It was magical. And for that, I have to give it to this. Jamboree is fun too. I played a little bit of multiplayer games with randoms, and it's chaotic, right? But it's fun. It's a really good Mario Party, right? From Super Mario Party, right? First one on the Switch, that one was kind of shit because it didn't have multiplayer. Well, it did have multiplayer, but it was only like mini games and shit. When you want to play a Mario Party, you want to play the board, right? You want to play the fucking board. And that's what the first Super Mario Party didn't have. But this one has it, and it's a lot of fun. I haven't played fighting games. I heard Tekken 8 is good, right? But I don't know too much about it. And Warhammer. Now, I didn't put too much time into Warhammer, right? But what I did play, it was fun, right? It was fun. It was chaotic. Playing on that, on the highest difficulty, on the campaign, by yourself, it's brutal. It is brutal, right? And the finishing moves and everything. It's fun. It's fun. It just lacks content, right? It just lacks content. You have the campaign, you finish the campaign, you're kind of done with it. You have your co-op missions, which there's a few of them, right? You could do them with your friends again and again to get higher level gear and such, but there's just too few of them, and the replayability kind of just smothers down and stops, and it doesn't feel as fun anymore. And then there's PvP, which is fine, right? It's Gears. It's very Gears of War. The game's very Gears of War, right? But I still kind of give it to Gears of War a little bit more. I had more fun playing Gears of War 1 and 2 on the 360, and I did this. This is great, but I don't know. Maybe with a little bit more content, it would be better, as with anything, right? But for what it is, the game's fun. It's a good multiplayer game, but I think Helldivers 2 has to win. The magic when the game came out, it's just undescribable. You just had to be there. From Malevelon Creek, you just had to be there. It's gotta win. Helldivers 2 has to win best multiplayer. Next, best sports and racing. So apparently we don't have enough sports game to classify that, and we don't have enough racing games to classify that on its own anymore. I think all we have is just Formula 1. When did Unbound release? It was last year, right? Need for Speed Unbound? Yeah, it was last year. I think the whole racing games, all we got was F1. I don't know. I don't have a horse in this race. I haven't played any of these games. So, fucking, I don't know. Undertaker, WWE. Best sim and strategy. These are kind of my least favorite games, just because I'm really bad at them, right? I'm not very good at like city builders or strategy games. So again, I don't have a horse in this race. Apparently Kunitsugami and Unicorn Overload's really good, but I'm not sure. I have no clue. Also Manor Lords. When Manor Lords came out, I heard like it was really good. I mean, I don't fucking know. Fucking Kunitsugami. Sure. Next. Best family. Interesting. So, family games, family-friendly games you could just sit down with your mom and dad and they won't judge you for playing these games. Well, they play Mario Party, they might want to kill you. But I guess that's better than being judged, huh? So we have Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, which I forgot released this year. I have not heard about this game at all. Super Mario Jamboree, Echoes of Wisdom, which I haven't played, but I have it. I haven't touched it though. I gotta get around to playing it. And Plucky Squire, which also I heard was really good. I don't know. Oops, I don't know. Maybe Mario Party? Or Astrobot? Maybe Mario Party or Astrobot. I think if anything, Astrobot wins, I think it should probably be this, right? It's the safest platformer probably you can play. Too bad it's only on PlayStation. Well, I mean, it's Astrobot, so fair enough, right? But I think it's probably Astrobot that wins this. Or maybe Mario Party, I'm not sure. I would give it to Astrobot. I would absolutely give it to Astrobot. The gameplay that I've seen, I don't have a PS5, so I haven't played it, but from what I've seen and from what I've gathered, it's a fun game. It's a really good platformer. So I'd give it to Astrobot. Next, best fighting. Again, I don't play fighting games, but what strikes me curious here is this. Hold on. We have Sparkling Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. We have Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Game Collection, which is a collection of fighting games throughout the years in one package. Multiverses, which isn't this shutting down? Or hasn't this shut down already? Why is this here? Wait, wasn't this nominated last year as well? Hold on a second. What is this? Wasn't this actually nominated last year as well? Why is this here again? But no, seriously, like, oh shit. Why is this here? I thought it shut down, or it's shutting down, or there's not a lot of people playing it. And then Tekken 8. It's probably gonna be Tekken 8. But why is a whole collection of video games from years past here, right? It would rub me the wrong way if this won, right? A collection of video games. If this won over the other video games that are just one game and not like a whole conglomerate of video games, maybe like I don't know how many games are in here. The collection, I think it's like 7 or 8 or several more. But if this one, I think it set a pretty bad precedent that all you have to do is just combine the greatest video games you've ever made into one collection and they're gonna win, right? They're going to win. So I don't think this should win, right? Because it'll set a pretty bad precedent. Not that the games aren't good, right? I mean, they're the best video games. They're the classic. They're the arcade classics that everybody knows. But, I don't know. Really shouldn't win. My vote would probably be for Tekken. It looks great. I've heard good things about it. Sparkling Zero, I don't know if it's like a traditional fighting game. I mean, head-to-head combat, I guess fair enough. It's very anime. From what I've seen, the fights are very anime. So maybe it's probably between Sparkling Zero and Tekken 8. It'll probably go to Tekken 8. But anyway, next. Alright, next. Best RPG. Now this one I'm more familiar with. What do we got? We got Dragon's Dogma 2 by Capcom. We have Shadow of the Erdtree, the DLC for Elden Ring. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like Dragon Infinite Wealth, the Yakuza game. And Metaphor ReFantasio, the new IP from Atlas and Studio Zero. Now, I played Dragon's Dogma 2. It was good. I thought it was really good. I played 200 hours of it. I played the first playthrough and then New Game Plus, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Better than Dark Arisen and the first Dragon's Dogma? I don't know. I played Dark Arisen. I haven't played the first Dragon's Dogma, but from what I did play of Dark Arisen, it is missing some features, right? Well, I guess mainly a DLC. The Bitter Isles, Bitter Bitter Black Isles. I forgot what it was called. It is missing like a DLC, but the core game of Dragon's Dogma, it was fun, right? And I would have stopped playing it because of the performance issues and everything if it was shit. But I kind of just pushed through it. I said, fuck it. I'm having a lot of fun. I'll play it 30 frames. I don't give a damn. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I would die on this hill and say that Dragon's Dogma 2 is a very good game. Despite all its flaws, it's a very good game. Elden Ring Shadow of the Earth Tree. So the DLC is here for Elden Ring. I really don't know how to feel about it. I mean, it's not a standalone game, but I mean, it's part of a game that already won Game of the Year. And I mean, wasn't there other RPGs that you could have probably put in here apart from Shadow of the Earth Tree? Maybe, I don't know, Persona 3? I know it's the same thing as Atlas, and it would have given Atlas 2 trophies, but I mean, who cares, right? I mean, Sega is here twice. Who cares? Fuck it. Put Persona 3 here. Also, Persona 3 isn't nominated for anything, which I think is fucking crazy. Which I think is really fucking crazy that Persona 3 Reloaded isn't nominated for a damn thing. Sure, it's a remake, but fucking Rebirth is here. Huh? What's going on? Geoff Keighley? What the fuck is going on? Anyway, best RPG. I don't have a PS5, so I haven't played Rebirth. Waiting for it on the PC. And Like a Dragon. I've never played any Yakuza game, so I have no clue about this. And Metaphor ReFantasio. My vote goes for Metaphor ReFantasio. This thing, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. It exceeded my expectations, right? Jesus Christ. I am incredibly biased. For whatever Metaphor was nominated, I'm probably gonna vote for Metaphor, regardless, because I'm incredibly biased towards this game. It is so good, man. It's so good. It is so good. It is the culmination of what Atlas has made throughout the years. From the Shin Megami Tensei series that split off into Double Summoner, split off into Persona. It is just a combination of all that together into a very beautifully crafted video game that tells a fantastic narrative. It is so good. Also, the voice acting is phenomenal. Brigitte? Yeah. But yeah, Metaphor Fantasio is pretty much what an RPG it is. It is a role-playing game. You are playing the role of whatever the fuck you want. You want to play support, you can play support. You want to play just full-on DPS, you can play full-on DPS. You want to play tank, right? Of course, some choices in terms of dialogue don't really matter in terms of, RPG, but it is still a phenomenal video game, right? And it's I gotta vote for Metaphor because it's just fucking Metaphor, dude. It's just so good. It's so fucking good. Best RPG, Metaphor. It's gotta win. Next, best action adventure. Why is Outlaws here? Now, I know it's an adventure with action, maybe? But why is this here? Seriously, right? Not a lot of people liked this game. I don't know how many people are still playing this game now. But, because it's on Uplay, so can't really check. Maybe it's on Steam. Maybe I can't check. Alright, just checked. It is on Steam. Just like 1,000 people playing right now. I don't know. It's on a mostly positive on Steam right now. I mean, some people like this game. Some people really hate this game. I'm not sure. I haven't played it. From what I've heard and from what I've seen, it just doesn't look that good. Maybe it's just because I'm not into Star Wars. But I am into games that are action and adventure. And this doesn't really look like an adventure I want to go on. So I'm gonna go away from that one. We have Legend of Zelda, Silent Hill 2, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and Astrobot. Again, heard good things about Astrobot. I've also heard really good things about The Lost Crown. It looks fun. Silent Hill 2. It's one hell of an adventure, I'll tell you what, with a little bit of action. Not crazy amounts of action, but a little bit of action. Maybe a spooky amount of action. Oh. And Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, I heard good things about it. I'm not sure, because I haven't played any of these games. I really should start Legend of Zelda. I really should start playing it. But in terms of me, I don't have a horse on this race. But I would have to give it to one of them. Maybe Astrobot or Silent Hill. Maybe not Astrobot. Maybe just Silent Hill, right? It's an interesting action game, right? Traversal and puzzle solving. In that case, maybe Astrobot. I'll probably give it to Astrobot. Next, best action. Okay, so this is strange, right? A best action game and a best action adventure. What? I mean, Black Myth Wukong has adventure, right? So does Space Marine 2. Sure, maybe it doesn't have, a lot of puzzles and traversal. Or I think Black Myth Wukong does have a lot of traversal. But why do you have two separate genres for action and an action adventure? Why not just, make it separate? Or not make it separate, but kind of combine them in some way. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. I mean, I guess Astrobot is in combat, it's more platforming. Silent Hill is in combat, it's more about storytelling and horror and all that. I mean, this is kind of about combat. Anyway. So for best action game, we have Black Myth Wukong, Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer. Again, Warhammer. I'm happy Warhammer got several nominations. And I think Stellar Blade got a few as well. And Black Myth Wukong got a lot, which I'm really happy about. But let's see. Best action game. I mean, Helldivers 2 has a lot of fucking action. Movie amounts of action. Stellar Blade I haven't played. I haven't seen anything about Stellar Blade because I'm just waiting for it to come out on PC. I mean, Shift Up, they know a thing or two about action because they run a gacha game called Nikke, Goddess of Victory Nikke, which I do play on sometimes on the regular, right? It's there's a lot of ass. There's a lot of ass, right? If you're into ass, just play Goddess of Victory Nikke. It's the only gacha game you ever need. But I don't know much about combat in Stellar Blade. I've heard it's got really good music, which I haven't heard about. I haven't heard the music, but... And then Warhammer 2, which has a lot of action. Space Marine 2 has a lot of action. Some gruesome action, right? I don't know. I'm divided between Black Myth, Helldivers, and Warhammer. It will probably go to Black Myth. It'll probably go to Black Myth Wukong. Or maybe Helldivers. But if I had to give it to someone, I would probably personally give it to Helldivers, right? Because fucking action is ridiculous. So my vote will probably go to Helldivers. Yeah, my vote goes to Helldivers too. VR, AR, I don't know anything about AR. I don't have a VR headset. Fucking Metro Awakening, because I like the Metro series, and I would love another Metro game. Please give us another Metro game. Next, best mobile game. So this came out recently, and then fucking took the world by storm. I don't know how much money it made on its first day. ridiculous amounts of money. Weathering Waves, Senseless Zone Zero, Balatro, and AFK Journey for the best game playable on a mobile device. Okay, so we have 2 gacha games here. Or I guess 3 if you count TCG, Pocket. I guess 3, and then we have a roguelike card game and AFK Journey, which I think is also a gacha game. I'm not sure. But where's Blue Archive, right? Where's Blue Archive? Where's Peak Archive, right? Where's Goddess of Victory? I mean, they had their 2nd year anniversary, and that was really good too. But all we get is Wuthering Waves and Senseless Zone Zero, which knocked the world by storm again, because it's made by Hoyoverse, same people that made Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact, and Genshin Impact. And they've released Beatrice. I think her name's Patrice or Beatrice, and it has the whole fucking
exercise. The snacks are real nice. Soda's sound mix dry. I'm lit, you can't deny. Wherever you want, wherever you need. So you know.
and that's incredibly popular. So it's probably gonna be, in terms of popularity, it's probably gonna be Senseless Zone Zero or TCG or maybe Balatro. I don't know. I mean, it did dethrone, I think, Minecraft. I think it dethroned Minecraft on the App Store for most downloaded game at one point. So it'll probably be Balatro, but I don't know. It's probably gonna be Senseless. It's probably gonna be Senseless, but we'll see. Next, best debut indie. Okay, so I don't play a lot of indie games, and I definitely haven't played any of these. But if I had to put my money on one of them winning, it's probably gonna be Balatro. It's more than likely gonna be Balatro on this one and the next one as well, which is best independent game. It's probably gonna be Balatro as well. Maybe Never as well. It's probably gonna be Never or Balatro. I don't know anything about Animal Whale or Lorelei or UFO 50. But if both of these categories, it's probably gonna go to Balatro. I don't know how to feel about that, but whatever. It will probably be what it is. It is what it is, you know. Now, best community support. So interesting. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusiveness of social media activity, game updates, and patches. So we have Baldur's Gate 3, which is interesting, and then Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, again, every year Fortnite's here, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Again, Sean, please, dude. Sean Murray and Hello Games, please take a break. You know what? I would want No Man's Sky to win so Sean Murray can breathe and his team can take a fucking break. I don't know how many updates they've released since the fiasco that was the launch of No Man's Sky. But Sean, dude, you've been redeemed. You've been redeemed. I don't know how many updates ago. You've been redeemed, man. We get it. We get it. No Man's Sky is a good game with multiplayer. Just fucking relax, man. Please, just fucking relax. Please. But I would want No Man's Sky to win. Now, Helldivers 2. So, if you've been with Helldivers since the beginning, you'll know that they had a rough launch. And not because it was bad, but because there was a lot of people playing it. You couldn't get in. You had to wait several hours to get in from the queue. That was like thousands of people on the queue. But when you got into the game, it was fun. And then several updates passed. They patched the railgun, and then they patched a bunch of other stuff. And then they broke the flame weapons. And then they patched everything else where you couldn't use whatever you wanted. You had to use what was good. You were forced to use what was good. The breaker, and they patched the breaker. The machine guns, they patched the machine guns. They made the enemies spawn all fucking crazy. They made the hunters spawn all fucking crazy. And there was nothing good against them. The flame weapons weren't working and everything like that. And then that's where players started to dip. But then they recently, several months ago, buffed everything. They said, all right, we're reverting everything back. We fucked up, admittedly, and they buffed everything back. Even more, right? And now, it's a pretty good game. It's back to being pretty fun, right? It's not super challenging. It's still a little bit challenging, right? You play on difficulty... what's the max one? Is it 11 now? I think it's 11 or 12. I don't know. But if you play on the max difficulty and you're not paying attention, you will get fucked. But that's the whole point of the game, is getting fucked. Metaphorically speaking. But, I mean, they were transparent, right, with their community when the whole updates fiasco and everything was coming out. Kinda. So, maybe it should go to Helldivers. I'm not sure. Fortnite, I mean, it's Fortnite. Fuck Fortnite. Final Fantasy 14. Creative Business Unit 3, Yoshi P, and everybody else does support the game, you know. It's their pride and joy. Dontro came out this year to mixed reviews. Story wasn't as good, they said. Whatever the girl's name was super annoying, apparently. And, it wasn't as good as, say, Shadowbringers, right? Shadowbringers was fucking incredible. It was amazing. It was so good, right? I mean, hell, even way back, Heavensward was fucking good too. Fuck you, whoever's idea it was to put casting on Bard and Machinist. Wasn't a good idea, right? But Dontro apparently wasn't as good as Shadowbringer or Endwalker. I stopped playing around the end of Endwalker just because, I don't know, the game didn't captivate me as much. I've got about, the last time I checked, I think I had like 300 days played. Because, I mean, that shit was my life when Stormblood came out and Eureka came out. But fuck to Eureka. A lot of Eureka. Too much Eureka to drive a man crazy. But, in terms of community support, I mean, yeah. Yoshi P really loves this game. The community really likes this game. But in recent times, it's kind of been falling off a little bit. And in Baldur's Gate, fucking Baldur's Gate, they recently introduced mod support. A lot of people still like this game, right? But I'm rambling on too much. It's probably going to go to No Man's Sky. I would want it to go to No Man's Sky, right? Just so Sean Murray can fucking relax. Between Helldivers 2 and No Man's Sky, but we'll see. Next. Did I click? Okay, yeah, I did click next. Best ongoing. Now, this one makes me laugh a little bit, because why is Destiny 2 here? Why is Destiny 2 here? Didn't Bungie recently fire like a bunch of their employees, and Bungie keeps on deleting content of the game and weapons and such? Like, I haven't played Destiny 2 since it came out. The last time I played was Beyond Light. I did play Beyond Light, right? And Forsaken. And I haven't played since then. But when it came out, you had some stuff, right? You had several planets. Io, Nessus, I think. Earth. And I would need to look at an old map. I'm probably going to put it on screen right now. And then they started deleting a bunch of stuff, right? Like the Leviathan raid, the first raid that came out, right? That's gone. You can't play that anymore. You can't get the weapons there anymore, I think. You could get the Legend of Acreus with exotic ciphers and a lot of those raid tokens you get from completing raids and such. But I don't think you can go to Nessus anymore, I think. I'm probably talking out of my ass right now. But it deleted a bunch of stuff from the game and quote-unquote sunsetted them. And a bunch of weapons and such. And I don't know if this deserves best ongoing. If anything, Warframe should have been here, right? Warframe should have fucking been here. I mean, the game's still going strong. 50,000 people playing on Steam concurrently, and that's not including Warframe's solo launcher and the consoles, right? and the mobile. It's on fucking mobile, and now they're releasing it on Android. And next month or next year, they're releasing a big ass fucking patch from Warframe 1999, right, with a bunch of other content. And I mean, that's the game I'm playing right now, right? That's the game I'm fucking playing right now. I don't understand why Destiny 2 is here and why Warframe isn't. But anyway, we have Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. It's probably gonna be either Helldivers 14 or Diablo 4. It's probably gonna be 14. It's probably gonna be 14 because I think 14 always wins this. I think. Quote me on that. But my money's on 14. I mean, ongoing. There's not much going on in Helldivers right now for it to quantify an award here, I guess. Yeah, they had an update, right, with a new pass and whatnot, requisitions and all that, but it doesn't get constant updates, right? I think 14 does get constant updates. It's introductions of new ultimates, new Lions raids, new normal raids and such. But and in Diablo 4 got the DLC, which apparently is good now, but I'm not sure. But my money's on Final Fantasy 14 winning this one. Next, Games for Impact. I don't know. I have no clue. Pro social meaning and message. I mean, these are the fucking wow, makes you think type of games. Why is Hellblade 2 here? What fucking message does Hellblade 2 have? I have no clue. And then we have fucking Max Caulfield doing the Mr. Beast pose. I have no clue. I have just a fucking Life is Strange. I don't know. Next, innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even a wider audience. I don't know who the fuck would want to play Star Wars Outlaws or Black Ops 6, right? Listen, if you're handicapped, first of all, I hope you're doing okay. Second of all, I play probably better games, man. If you want to play zombies, then go for it, right? I've heard zombies is really good. Go for it. Play zombies. Or play literally anything else, right? I don't know in terms of accessibility. Thankfully, you know, I'm not in a position where I would need these things, right? But I'm sure to the people that actually need, you know, accessibility stuff, maybe some of these games stand out above the rest. I think Black Ops 6 has an arachnophobia mode. What, are you scared of spiders? Oh, boo! Oh my god! Oh, there he goes! Oh, ooh. Not scared of that one. But anyway, I don't know. Fucking, I don't know what would win this. Dragon Age. It's probably gonna be Dragon Age. It's more than likely gonna be Dragon Age. Anyway, next, best performance. Let's see. We have Brianna White, who voices, I think, Aerith. Hannah Tell from Life is Strange. I don't know. Maybe she voices Max Caulfield. And then Umberly Gonzalez from Star Wars Outlaws, which voices the main character, I'm assuming. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, and Melina Jurgens from Hellblade 2. I don't know, because again, I mean, I did play the remake and Integrate, and Aerith, you know, it's Aerith, right? If anybody's voice belonged to Aerith, it's probably hers, right? She kills it in the remake. I haven't heard anything about the rebirth, but if it's the same, then sure, she probably deserves it. And I don't know about any of these guys, right? I think Luke Roberts, from what I've heard, did kill it from Silent Hill 2. I think he smashed it out, from what I've heard. I keep saying from what I've heard. But yes, but no, really. I don't know. It's probably going to be Brianna. Or maybe Max Caulfield. I have no clue. I have no clue. My vote goes for Brianna. Right. Next. Best audio design. Okay. Astrobot, Black Ops 6, Rebirth, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. Now, I think Black Ops or Call of Duty is all about audio, right? Footsteps and such. I haven't heard negative about the audio, right? Like Dr. Disrespect once said.
There's just nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. Fucking no audio. Your game sucks. Microsoft's not gonna save you. It's not.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I don't have a PS5. I haven't played Silent Hill 2. I haven't played a lot of these games, or at least these games here, to give my 2 cents. But it's probably either gonna go to Silent Hill or Black Ops. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. I mean, yeah, probably gonna be Call of Duty or Silent Hill. I would want Silent Hill to win, but maybe Rebirth has some good ones, some good bangs and booms. But anyway, Silent Hill 2 gets my vote. Next, best score music. Here we go. The only game that I played was Metaphor ReFantazio, and that's my vote. Listen, dude. They got a real fucking Buddhist monk to do the I mean, shit. It's banging, dude. It's banging. It makes you want to get into combat situations. It's really fucking good. Even some of the overworld music's really good. Especially that first one with the lady singing when you're thrown into the overworld for the first time. When you're going towards a Grand Trad. It's phenomenal. I think that only plays one other time towards the end of the game, I think. But my vote will go for Metaphor because it's just cool, and it's Shoji Meguro, dude. You can't go wrong with Shoji. I've heard good things about Rebirth. I mean, if Remake has anything to go for, the fucking Rebirth is good. I don't know if Nobuo Uematsu is on this joint. I think he is. He's gotta be on this joint. But if he is, it's a toss-up between this and this. Metaphor and Rebirth. Maybe Celebrate as well. I mean, if Cosmograph from Nikkei is on here, then shit. It's dead set. Right? It's up there. But I'm not sure. My vote goes to Metaphor because Shoji Meguro and it's fucking Metaphor ReFantazio. Next. Best art direction. Okay. Again, Metaphor. Next. Best art direction. Okay, so it's a toss-up between Metaphor, Shadow of the Erdtree, and Black Myth Wukong. I'm very biased to Metaphor, but I don't think it's gonna win this, right? This box art is amazing, right? Louis Guillerburn in the game, he's got immaculate drip with his big ass fucking coat with the pauldrons and shit. Brigida. That's all I gotta say. Brigida. It's literally all I gotta say. But overall, the game it looks fine. It's nothing we haven't seen before, right? If you play Persona Reloaded, you play Persona 3, you play Shin Megami 5, it looks somewhat the same, right? 3D. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's nothing like, wow, this looks great. It looks good, but I won't say it's great. I don't think it's gonna win this one. It's probably gonna go to either Black Myth or Shadow of the Erdtree, right? I mean, Shadow of the Erdtree doesn't look any different than Elden Ring. Once you go into Shadow of the Erdtree, you're gonna be like, wow, okay, well, it's Elden Ring, right? It's just another part of Elden Ring, but the landscape looks nice, right? I mean, seeing that small little Erdtree bloom with the black little glow on it is pretty cool. As you get closer to it and whatnot, it's great. In that little arena where you fight the fucking flower, it's pretty close to it. You look up, it's really nice and shit. That castle in the end, as you go up the steps to fight the final boss and shit, it's cool, right? It's very cool. I can't really put it in other words that it's very cool. It's very atmospheric, I guess. But technical achievement in artistic design and animation, I don't know. If I'm going on this description on basis, it's probably going to be Black Myth. And my vote would probably be to Black Myth Wukong. In terms of like technical achievement in artistic design and animation, it would probably be Black Myth. It looks great. And fucking animation is crazy, right? These two games, it's nothing, they're nothing crazy, I would say, right? We've seen this before. But this, I mean, it's cool. My vote would probably go for Wukong. Next. Alright, best narrative. Oh boy. So again, my vote's gonna go for Metaphor, because it's the only one that I played. And I mean, I did play the original Final Fantasy VII, right? Disc 1, the half of Disc 1. And if Rebirth is anything like whatever was left of Disc 1 after the remake, with more shit, 3D combat and shit, then it'll probably go to Rebirth. I think Rebirth is probably gonna win this, right? I'm pretty sure Rebirth is more likely gonna win this, even though my vote go for Metaphor, because Metaphor's story, it just had me by the balls from beginning to end. The amount of plot twists that are on there, you're just like, what is going on, right? It was just banger after banger after banger, and my vote would go for Metaphor, but it's probably gonna be Rebirth, right? Because I mean, Disc 1 was the end of Disc 1, rather, ended at the most pivotal point of the game that just made you go, well, did that just happen? What the fuck? And you want to keep playing it, right? So if it's anything like that, if it's anything like the rest of this one, plus the Final Fantasy remake polish, then yeah, it's probably gonna win this. But my vote will go for Metaphor. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Best game direction now. Awarded for outstanding creative vision, innovation in game direction and design. Innovation in game direction and design. If we're going with a creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, and it probably has to go for these three here: Ashbot, Bellagio, and Black Myth Wukong, or maybe Rebirth as well. Listen, I'm gonna say it. There's really nothing innovative about Shadow of the Erdtree, right? I mean, innovative in the sense that it sets a standard, a gold standard for DLCs and whatnot, that they should be really fucking good. If they're gonna be $40 fucking, then they better be really fucking good and provide a lot of more hours, whatnot. But in terms of like innovation and creative vision, well, maybe outstanding creative vision, right? They were cooking, right? They were cooking. But in terms of innovation, it's just Elden Ring with more shit to do, right? There's nothing innovative about it. It's just Elden Ring with more shit to do. That's kind of it, right? It doesn't break barriers and whatnot. Nor does Metaphor. As much as I really do like Metaphor, nor does Metaphor. Metaphor doesn't break any barriers as well. It's just the combination of Atlus's Shin Megami Tensei mechanics and mechanics of Persona series just combined together into like one game. Right? It's innovative in its execution, combining those two, sure, but I don't know, creative vision. I mean, they were really creative with this shit. The Gauntlet Runners, the names of the tribes and whatnot, the story, the way the world building, the way the whole mechanics works of the king's magic and shit. I mean, that's pretty creative and whatnot. But I don't know if it's gonna win this. It's probably gonna be Astrobot, Balatro, or Black Myth, right? Astrobot, I mean, they're really super creative with the PlayStation IPs and shit. Balatro, it's a very interesting take on the roguelike genre, right? Super interesting. And then Black Myth Wukong, fucking the Monkey King. I don't think we've had any games where you play as the Monkey King. And I mean, innovation. I'm not sure about innovation. It's just your typical character action RPG, but it's just, I guess, set in the Wukong era. I don't know. I haven't played it. From what I've seen, it's your typical run-of-the-mill character action RPG with its own little spice and whatnot, right? So in terms of innovation and creative direction, creative vision, it's probably going to be Astrobot or Balatro, or maybe Black Myth. I would bet my money on one of these three winning. If fucking Elden Ring wins, it'll shut me up real fast. Can't wait to fucking see that. Oh god. And here we go. Thing we've all been waiting for. Game of the Year. So, these 6 games, according to the critics and the world, have been the best games that have come out this year. Astrobot, PlayStation 5 exclusive. Balatro, a roguelike card game. Black Myth Wukong, character action RPG. Chinese character action RPG set in, the Wukong mythos, Chinese mythos. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, a DLC. Let me talk about this nominee. So I know what Geoff said, right? About Elden Ring being on here. I know. I get it. But listen, man, why can't we just have a best DLC category at this point, right? With the amount of DLCs that are coming out for different types of video games, why can't we just have a best of DLC? Because listen, Shadow of the Erdtree is not a game. It's part of a game. I think people have already been through this. It's part of a game that already won Game of the Year. It's part of a game that's already really good, right? You can't play Shadow of the Erdtree without Elden Ring, right? The people that were saying, oh, Tears of the Kingdom, that's practically a DLC. Or, I guess I understand at some point, Modern Warfare 2, or I think, Modern Warfare 2 was supposed to be or Modern Warfare 3 was supposed to be DLC for Modern Warfare 2, or vice versa. I mean, I get it, right? But Tears of the Kingdom and Modern Warfare 2 or 3, whichever it was, you can play those games standalone, right? They have enough to where it quantifies as its own game, even though Modern Warfare 2 or 3 was supposed to be DLC for either or, you could still play those games on their own without the other one, right? You could play Tears of the Kingdom without Breath of the Wild. You could play Modern Warfare 2 or 3 without either or. Shadow of the Erdtree, you can't. play it on its own, therefore it doesn't quantify as a game. It's a DLC. It shouldn't be here, right? Because listen, Shadow of the Erdtree wins. A game that already won Game of the Year wins, and these other ones get snubbed. These other ones get snubbed. And they're not here. And they don't win, rather. And they don't win. So, why put this on here? Right? I'm pretty sure this is gonna win. Maybe not, right? The Joystick Awards, I think Black Myth Wukong Ultimate Game of the Year. So maybe Black Myth Wukong wins. If it wins, perfect, right? Whatever. But if this wins, if Shadow of the Erdtree wins, it'll set a pretty bad precedent, right? Because here's what I'm curious about. If Elden Ring didn't win, or wasn't... Imagine a world where Elden Ring didn't win Game of the Year last year, or whatever year it was. I think it was last year. Didn't win last year, or whatever year it came out. How would you feel if there was a DLC on here from a game that didn't win Game of the Year, but is now the DLC of that game is now here? Should the entire game win Game of the Year, even though it released a year prior? Right? You wouldn't feel good, right? And you especially wouldn't feel good if the same game won Game of the Year twice. It snub out all these other folk that work really hard on the game for them to get snubbed at this year's biggest award show, right? Because the Golden Joystick Awards are big, but they're not as big as the Game of the Year. As the Game Awards, hosted by Geoff Keighley, rather. So everybody's eyes are on here. The shareholders, you know, consumers, you know, the people playing the games, the people who made the games, the developers are like, oh, at least I hope we win. But no, they get snubbed by a DLC of a game that already won Game of the Year, right? Those are just my thoughts, right? I mean, my Game of the Year? No doubt about it. It's Metaphor ReFantasio. Absolutely, right? This is my vote. But it's probably going to win Black Myth, which I'll be fine with. I'll be fine with anything else winning. Honestly, I'll be fine with anything winning except Shadow of the Erdtree. It was a really good DLC, don't get me wrong, but if it wins, it'll set a pretty bad precedent. All you have to do all you have to do is just say, it's just make a DLC and then maybe you'll make it to the Game of the Year. If you didn't make it to the Game of the Year, maybe you'll make it to the Game of the Year. I don't know. It'll set a pretty bad precedent if Shadow of the Erdtree wins. And it'll snub out all these other guys that haven't gotten awards. I don't know, man. But we'll just have to see what happens on December the 12th. My vote, Metaphor. Absolutely. Those are all the categories. Yep. That's it. Oh, and we have Player's Voice as well. Oh, but the nominees open on December 2nd. So, Player's Voice. Make your voice heard. Vote for what you want to win. If you want to vote fucking Star Wars Outlaws, go for it. If you want to vote Dragon Guard, the fuck is it called? Veilguard, Dragon Age Veilguard, then go for it, right? But just have to see. This will be a very interesting. This will be a very interesting Game Awards this year, with a lot of controversies. But we'll just have to see what happens. I hope Metaphor wins. And if Metaphor wins one award, I'll be happy. If it doesn't win anything, I think I'm just gonna stop existing, right? I think I'll just stop existing. Actually, you know what should have won Game of the Year? I think we all know what should have won Game of the Year. You know it. I know it. fucking Concord, bitch.